Hey everyone! Welcome back to The Quiet Resonance, the channel dedicated to sharing knowledge for personal growth through amazing books. There's a saying that goes, a happy life is a chain of daily, well-made choices. Our brains are constantly making decisions or preparing to make them, from simple, everyday choices like staying up late or waking up early, eating fast food or healthy meals, reading a book or playing a game, to bigger decisions like what we should do, how we should live, and who we should become. Yet, so often in life, we know exactly what we should do, even commit to change, but still choose things that leave us with regret. We know we want to lose weight but can't resist that all-you-can-eat barbecue full of our favorite foods. We know we need to sleep early but keep losing to the phone in our hand. We know procrastination is bad but keep putting things off, only to rush and finish work at the last minute. Day after day, we get swept away, losing ourselves to poor decisions. So, what force is controlling our behavior? Why is our willpower so weak? You might think it's because you lack discipline, self-control, or rationality. But those reasons are just surface level. If you want discipline, success, and a fulfilling life, you can't start by forcing yourself to be rational or strong-willed. From the perspective of countless daily decisions and a lifetime of choices, happiness is simply the ability to choose well. The book The Quiet Resonance is sharing today is The Happiness Hypothesis by Jonathan Haidt, a renowned psychologist and leading thinker who pioneered positive psychology. He'll show you that the deep reason your willpower falters, and why you lack the ability to choose happiness, is because you haven't fully understood that two psychological systems are at work within you simultaneously, a massive elephant and a tiny rider. This book blends insights from psychology, philosophy, sociology, religion, ethics, and anthropology, while using findings from neuroscience and modern social psychology to validate ancient theories about happiness. It's been endorsed by notable psychologists like Martin Seligman, Barry Schwartz, and Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, author of Flow, a book I love and have shared before, as well as publications like People and the Times. The Elephant and the Rider isn't just a book about happiness, psychology, and personal growth, it's a story about the mind and heart within you. Understanding it will help you find the right path to true happiness. So, let's dive into today's discussion. We're merely the rider, not the ruler of the elephant. How does our psychology work? The Buddha once wrote, "The mind, once reckless, chasing desires and pleasures, I now tame, like hooking an elephant." From the start, the Buddha likened the human mind to a wild elephant, freely indulging its desires. Yet, humans can become the rider, holding the reins to guide the massive elephant, even when it's angry, impulsive, or consumed by attachments. We can still take control. In this sense, our soul and instincts are like a wild elephant, while our rationality is the rider. This metaphor runs through the book and Haidt's decade of research and teaching. Recent social science has claimed humans are rational beings, capable of using available resources to set and achieve goals. But reality doesn't always work that way. Take myself as an example. Sometimes, I resolve to wake up at 6 a.m. to keep working on content, but when the alarm rings, I turn it off and go back to sleep. Haidt tells us that greed, selfishness, fear, pleasure, and comfort often overpower our rationality. Unless the elephant has no desires of its own, we can guide and win. But when the elephant wants something, we often can't control it. So, if we follow social science's push to relentlessly train discipline while ignoring the heart, instincts, and nature of our inner elephant, it's hard to align mind and heart to achieve the life we want. Human rationality actually relies on emotions. Only when the brain is filled with emotions does rationality become effective. Research also shows that human psychology is incredibly complex, divisible into 4 parts: mind and body, left and right brain, emotion and reason, controlled and automatic systems. These parts conflict with each other, which is why we feel divided. The first division is between our body and mind, which often clash. A French philosopher noted that each part of our body has its own emotions and perspectives, so sometimes our mind's thinking can't control our body's reactions. The second division is the lack of cooperation between the left and right brain. The left brain is the rider, the right brain the elephant. But the left brain often deceives the right. Its language processing center excels at creating reasons, even irrational ones. The rider, even without understanding why, can naturally command the elephant. Most crucially, the division lies between controlled and automatic systems. The automatic system, the elephant, governs instinctive reactions, emotions, and intuition. But it's often swayed by desires and temptations, controlling the dopamine trigger, the happiness hormone, driving you to do things that excite you. Yet, what's most enticing is often the most harmful. That's why your elephant freely indulges in hours of phone scrolling, excessive caffeine, smoking, sex, or sweets. These spike dopamine but can leave you overstuffed and empty. Here, the controlled system, the rider, kicks in, representing deep, far-sighted thoughts and long-term plans. But the problem is, the rider is only an advisor, offering guidance to the elephant, not fully controlling its actions. In short, we're the rider, not the elephant's king. You and I aren't rulers but advisors to the elephant's actions. So, how do we advise it? Next, we'll open 7 doors to help you see and understand your massive inner elephant, enabling you to harmonize with it and become a rider who guides it toward true happiness. Understanding and harmonizing with your elephant ***. Door 1. The elephant acts on a liking scale, ***. In an experiment, a monkey tries a new fruit. If it's sweet, the monkey happily takes a big bite, and its liking scale reads, I like. If it's bitter, it feels displeased and never bites again. Our elephant always has a liking scale, and most actions are decided by it. In psychology, this is called the effect heuristic. When the elephant sees words like hope, play, or fun, it reacts quickly and feels joy. But words like death, loss, or boredom trigger instant negative reactions. The rider might say, isn't that normal? Everyone has likes and dislikes. True, but let's dig deeper with questions like, what job do you like? Where do you want to live? What kind of partner do you want? How do you want to live your life? For these fateful questions, can the rider simply say, let the elephant decide by instinct? Of course not. But note that in the 21st century, our elephant and rider live in a vast, chaotic information environment. It's hard to know what you truly need. Like or dislike is how the elephant filters and judges. If the rider doesn't focus or pay attention, it might get lost in illusions created by the elephant, surrounded by things it likes. Gradually, the rider loses the rationality it should have. Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius said, the universe is always changing. Life is what you think it is. Life is indeed what we think, but our thoughts often form quickly and unconsciously. Be cautious when your elephant insists, only buy brands I like, watch content I like, talk to people I like, live in a house I like. So, closely observe yourself, reflect on what you like and dislike, and discern what's an illusion versus a true preference. Door 2. Negative bias, ***. Based on species design, animals react more strongly to bad things than good ones. This holds for your elephant too. We're more sensitive to negatives, noticing negative events or information more, reacting faster, stronger, and longer than to positives. For example, good news might make the elephant happy briefly, but bad news triggers lasting fear and unrest. Negative bias is dangerous. When the elephant fixates on negatives, producing unhelpful reactions. Without comfort or encouragement, you can become unusually miserable. As Benjamin Franklin said, we feel pain acutely, but when healthy, we feel nothing. Door 3, Self-righteousness, **** here, the elephant says, what I see is right, others should feel the same. The writer agrees, exactly, I only trust what I see. The elephant continues, I love reading celebrity scandals. The writer nods, reading gossip now and then isn't bad. The elephant claims, I can judge others and myself objectively. The writer replies, of course, as long as I want to. Does this dialogue feel off? It's a sign of self-righteousness in both elephant and writer. Many thoughts reflect this, like how people enjoy gossip because it lets them judge others by their own values, feeling morally superior. This is moral superiority or naive realism, believing, the world I see and feel is the truest, others should agree. Such people think they're unbiased, but their views are often egocentric or unconsciously narcissistic, spotting others' tiny flaws while ignoring their own massive ones. As the Gospel of Matthew says, we see the speck in another's eye but ignore the plank in our own. Psychologist David Dunning's experiment showed people overestimate their good deeds while judging others objectively. We judge others by reality but ourselves oppositely, tying ourselves to virtues, seeking advantages, and thinking, I'm really great, leading to self-satisfaction and narcissism. When we err, we act as our own lawyers, finding every excuse to defend ourselves. These instincts can cause trouble in collaboration, as you'll think, I'm better, and feel more deserving. So, ask your writer, what kind of person do you want to be? Both elephant and writer must reflect, following 3 principles. 1. Everyone is equal. 2. The world I know may not be true. 3. Open your heart to understand yourself. Door 4. Reciprocity, ****. The elephant naturally reacts with, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. When someone is kind or benefits us, we want to repay them. But this instinct's flip side is cruelty, an eye for an eye, a grudge repaid, blood for blood. Every elephant carries a strong moral sense of fairness and justice. In movies, we want villains punished and the good rewarded. Psychologically, reciprocity stems from our imitative nature. With those we like, we unconsciously mimic their speech, walk, or thoughts. We favor those who mimic us and treat them kindly, signaling we're in the same group, a herd instinct in our genes. Knowing this, we must see ourselves clearly in relationships, avoiding hatred or bias leading to wrong actions. We can use reciprocity as a balance in friendships and love, keeping it measured. Giving too much or too little can ruin relationships. Thoughtful gift-giving and sincere help can strengthen bonds. As Confucius taught thousands of years ago, don't do to others what you don't want done to you, a timeless guide for life. Door 5. Greed and conspicuous consumption, ****. Your elephant is inherently greedy. Back to its liking scale, it marks things as like, feels good, or dislike, repulsive, reporting to the writer. The writer eagerly seeks what the elephant likes to satisfy it. This cycle repeats daily, forming a pattern. The elephant wants, the writer provides. When it can't, the writer gets frustrated for failing to please the elephant. Socrates said, the world is strange, there's so much I don't need. Material obsession makes the writer a prisoner. Like and dislike aren't always important. What matters is, do I need this? From the elephant's greed, both start consuming to show off, buying things for others to see as status symbols. The item's value isn't objective but based on others' views. If the writer grows up in a competitive environment praising wealth and intelligence while scorning poverty or low education, they'll want to seem superior. The elephant gets used to conspicuous consumption to boost its reputation. Ironically, pretending to be and actually becoming are entirely different. Showing off only makes the writer live for appearances, not true growth. I've analyzed this in videos on the richest man in Babylon and the psychology of money. Check them out. In short, knowing this, don't avoid consumption but rethink its purpose. Consume based on a product's value, not to flaunt status or show off. Door 6. Excessive pride, ***. Every elephant is quick to take offense, fiercely protecting its pride, heedless of hurting others. It pushes the rider to express emotions its way. Conversely, low self-esteem leads to insecurity, with the elephant blaming itself, self-punishing. When facing challenges, it retreats or freezes. The book suggests building healthy self-esteem by learning a skill you can excel at, fostering pride. Door 7. The paradox of choice, ***. As I said, happiness is choice, but choice has its paradox. Too many options often make us less happy. Many think, I need more money, more power, for more choices and control. We overvalue options, study this major for more job choices, or work at a top company for better partner prospects. We've heard such advice plenty. Happiness is a choice and a skill, the skill to choose wisely. More options aren't always better. The hesitant stay hesitant, and those weighing benefits struggle to weigh them all. What matters isn't how many crossroads your elephant faces or options it has, but ensuring it moves forward. The key isn't focusing on what's choosable but acting to choose. We've walked through 7 doors to better understand your elephant. Now, let's explore how to be a rider who doesn't blindly follow instincts but walks a heartfelt path to happiness. I've summarized 2 key steps from the book. Step 1. Partner with your elephant, ***. As discussed, first recognize the relationship between elephant and rider. Admit no one's perfect, both have flaws. Accept these as part of your whole self, embracing your true self. Haidt says we're a blend of rider and elephant. Controlling the elephant with willpower alone isn't enough. You must collaborate with it, as our mental health and quality depend on this partnership. Facing weak willpower, follow the Buddha's example. Avoid temptation sources that trigger discomfort or dopamine from the elephant's liking scale. The Buddha overcame human desires by staring at a rotting corpse. Similarly, look at leftover sauce at a hot pot restaurant to avoid overeating when dieting. Target what your automatic system dislikes to gradually shift the elephant's desires and guide it better. Your elephant holds immense strength and motivation, but the only way to channel it rightly is for the rider to constantly reflect. What to review? Check your automatic thoughts and behaviors. Do you scroll your phone for hours after dinner? Stay up late watching movies or gaming? Identify irrational beliefs, exaggeration, overthinking, personalization, or bias in daily life. Set action-based goals, not mental ones. For goal-setting tips, see my video number 47 on yearly planning. Step 2. Use the happiness equation, ***. Positive psychology offers this equation, displayed on screen. H, lasting happiness, equals S, innate satisfaction range, plus C, life conditions, plus V, voluntary factors. Lasting happiness requires combining genetics, life conditions, and controllable factors. We can't change the first 2, life conditions like money, gender, age, or residence persist long-term, so we adapt. The only thing we can change is voluntary factors. This aligns with Stoicism: change what's in your control, accept what isn't. Haidt offers tips to boost happiness by adjusting external factors. First, noise. It causes suffering and we never adapt, so live somewhere quiet. Reduce commuting time, work less, earn less, hoard less wealth. Learn new skills, try new things, spend more time with family, rest more, and engage in activities good for body and soul. Practice meditation and cultivate flow, total focus, losing track of time in the present task. Finally, relationships are key to happiness. A difficult friend, colleague, or disharmonious partner over time makes happiness hard, as we can't adapt to interpersonal conflict. So, nurture your relationships, love, family, and friendships, to enrich your life, rather than closing off in a shell of hurt. If facing mental struggles, try recovery methods like reflection, self-awareness, or seeking help. Write down your emotions, lessons learned, and causes behind daily events to find meaning and resolve issues wisely. These are the core insights the Quiet Resonance distilled from this renowned psychology book. The elephant is a powerful force within you, an untapped subconscious potential. As its rider, don't be too harsh on its natural behaviors. Be its friend, saying, "Hello, my elephant, I understand you exist. Let's discuss our future." I hope we riders, facing temptations, desires, and instinctual flaws, can accept, embrace, and harmonize with our inner elephant. Ultimately, you'll become a unified, clear-headed whole, moving toward true happiness waiting ahead. Thanks for listening. If this video resonates, share it with those who need it, give a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for my weekly videos. Once again, thank you, and see you in the next one.